Good morning from the AT. This is going to be more like a confessional, not a reality show right now. The wind blows. I'm at the top of a hill. We're a mountain. It's rained most of the night, so feeling pretty soggy with that. Had a decent meal, slept okay, which was good. The issue is it took me a mile to go it took me an hour to go a mile and 500 feet on a climb, which that's not normal for me. Like people that shouldn't be passing me were passing me, and that's not a slight against anybody else. I just have a certain pace that I know I can hit, even with that big pack. And to go 10 miles yesterday, on a relatively easy section is humbling. So obviously there's something going on inside me. Everybody's yelling, "Dude, you have cancer." I don't think that's what it is since it's so low stage, but it is all the medications. It has to be. I'm not willing to go into the red, so I just slow it down like a snail's pace just to get through it, and it's humbling. I know I could do better than this. So right now I'm about 10 miles away from Neel's Gap, which is where Mountain Crossings is, which is a good stop. It's got a big store, supplies, water, a hostel. I'll make a judgment on the rest of the weekend when I get there. But there's a lot of pointless up and downs in that next 11 miles, which is, we'll see how that tests me. I'm just gonna constantly eat. Water sources, despite all the rain, are really low. So there's where I can refill all water. But if I start running out before then, it's gonna be even more of a struggle. So maybe I carried too much, I don't know. But this is unusual, and it's bothering me. So I'm not going to do anything stupid. Just going to keep going, and if people pass, and there's my confession. All right, it's been a struggle here. So I'm just a mile into the day, and a day where I was supposed to go 15, and sunset's like 7:02 or something, 7:04. Something like that. So I'm not going to have but so much light. The idea was to go to Mountain Crossings and then climb up Blood Mountain, which is the biggest climb of the weekend. And I don't know if I'll have it. I just don't know. So we'll see. Now that I've eaten something on this little stop, maybe I feel a little better. The electrolytes could be low, could be a number of different things, but I think also it's just the prednisone taper. I didn't respect it enough. So that's what it is. But I'm going to keep plugging along. Hello, it's 6:15. The day did not get much better as far as my condition. It was a beautiful day outside, as my videos and pictures probably show, so I've enjoyed it. I'm still 2.5 to 3 miles away from Neel Gap, which is where I was supposed to stop maybe about 3 p.m. today. So that's where I think I'm going to stop for the night, and maybe find a campsite or a place to stay. I'm cooked. Once is an anomaly, having a bad day like this. 2 is a pattern, 3 is a trend. If I continue tomorrow, I can just feel I'm not right. So I will hit Neel Gap and either tonight or tomorrow get a shuttle back to my car. I hate quitting. Can't stand that. It bugs me. It bugs me. I know this isn't me, but I do got to listen to my body. I have a major surgery in a week and a half, which is, I think I wanted to come out here so bad because I knew I wasn't going to be out here until late next year at best. So one last hurrah, but abdomen hurts. It's taken me today to go about, by the time the day ends, it will take me basically 10 hours to do 11 miles. When I was here in June, I did 17 miles in 8 hours. So that just goes to show how far off pace I am. So I'm gonna put the phone down. It's gonna be dark. I can't avoid it. I mean, sunset's in 45 minutes. Still hiking. About, 1.7 miles left to go. A little under 2 anyway. I am night hiking. You can see the sun is down. I got a 400-foot vertical climb and then an 800-foot descent. I'm a little worried on how rocky it will be going down. I could have camped about a quarter mile ago. There was a good place for a campground and other people were there. My issue is I am out of water. I ran out of water about 2 miles ago. October here in Georgia, a lot of those water sources, the streams, the springs, they run dry. And I was counting on some of those. And I kind of cameled up when I started the hike. I had a full 2 liters of water in a Camelback, plus a liter and a half in other bottles. And I have not had a place to refill. So I've rationed it, and that's part of the reason I think why I'm bonking and struggling a little bit. But it was either that, spend the night, continue to get more dehydrated overnight, or keep going. And in a couple of miles, I'll be at Neel Gap where there'll be a water spigot I can fill up, and I'll figure out what I need to do and pitch a tent wherever I've got to. Even if it's in a parking lot, I don't care. But I need a drink, especially just with my condition. So I kind of stopped for about 15 minutes and talked to the campers there. So while I was there, I unscrewed my bear canister, and I got little pickle pouches and carrot pouches because those foods have a lot of water in it, even though they're a lot of salt. The sodium is good electrolyte, so that will help me through. I'm sure it will make me more thirsty, but it will give me the proper, balance and get me over the top here. And then the only liquid I had left was a 5-hour energy. And I'm like, well, my heart rate is kind of running a little higher than normal, provided I don't run up the hill, which I haven't been able to do anyway. I should be okay, but it will also sharpen my focus a little bit to get me number one over the top and then down the 800-foot drop. So I don't know how rocky it's going to be, but if my mind is good, I can take my time with that. Night hiking is not something I do a lot, but I'm familiar with it and have done it in the past. So Bora Peak, we started while it was dark. I was in Idaho highest point in Idaho. Did the same thing on Mount Elbert in Colorado. And then Mount Whitney, I started at like 1 a.m. a couple of years back. I only had a permit for 1 day, so I had to do the entire 6,000 vertical feet and 24 total miles in 1 day. I think I started at like 1 a.m. I need to get back to 8 p.m. that night, next night, to get to the highest point in the continental U.S. and in California. So I was totally comfortable with it. Now, there were a lot more people on the trail at that point in time, so you have a little bit more safety if something happens. But if you got a good headlamp and your mind is sharp, you can just take your time with this. You should be okay. But the thirst is what's driving me. I need to make sure I have water tonight before I sleep. So I was just going to plug on. So if anything changes, I'll give another update. So I'm going to continue to ramble up the hill and stop rambling to you. This is Rad on the AT. Got a mile and a half to go. Maybe I'll take a few more pictures if I can. But thanks for watching. I'm going to be okay. Just got to take it little by little. And all will be well. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye. I can set a tent there. No, that sucks. There's a spigot. Is there a water spigot? That's what I need.